Children, how are you all? Hope you are fine, healthy, safe, and happy with your parents at home. We have taken a small initiative to reach you out during this pandemic period to help, guide, and facilitate you with your studies. My name is Mrs. Suganti. Here I am for my class 8 students taking up civics chapter 1 from your NCERT textbook. Before going to the lesson, I like to give you some instructions. Please observe very carefully. View this video many number of times till you understand this lesson. After understanding the lesson, type your name with thumbs up emoji in group. We will go to the lesson now. In this chapter, you will learn about the Indian Constitution and its key features. We are going to begin with football. As the name suggests, this is a game that involves the player's feet. If you play football with your hands, will you accept it? Similarly, other games such as hockey or cricket also have rules according to which they are played. As these rules are fundamentals to the game, we can also call them the constitutive rules of the game. Constitutive means fundamental. For example, a footballer should not touch the ball with his hand. This is a constitutive rule of the game of football. Why do schools need rules? Schools make rules in order to shape the behavior of students. Why should we follow rules? We should follow rules to have a disciplined society. If one does not follow rules and do whatever he or she wishes to do, then there will be a disorder and confusion all around. For example, on roads, if we don't follow the traffic rules, then no one will be able to reach his or her destination on time, and several accidents will take place. Rules are made to facilitate the smooth working of society. Rules are also made to maintain uniformity in some places. Dear children, it is clear that a country is governed on the basis of some rules and principles. The rules and principles determine the structure of the government, its powers and functions, the rights of the people, and so on. Dear children, all countries in the world have a constitution. Let us try and understand through two contrasting situations in the recent history of Nepal, a country that borders India on the north. Nepal is actually in the process of rewriting its constitution. Let's take a closer look. In the recent past, Nepal was a monarchy. A monarchy is a country that is ruled by a king or queen. As per the earlier constitution adopted by the Nepal in 1990, the final authority rested with the king. The people were not happy with the monarchy and then they started revolting. A people's movement in Nepal fought for several years to establish democracy. Finally, in 2006, the monarchy was abolished and Nepal became a democracy. Hence, the people of Nepal are in the process of writing a new constitution for the country. India is a democratic country. After independence, the Indian national movement had many ideas for free and democratic India. What was the Indian nationalist movement? The Indian national movement was an organized mass movement. Thousands of men and women were fought against the British rule in India. Dear children, we do not value things that come easily. Anything that we achieve as an outcome of struggle becomes invaluable to us. India has its own constitution. What is constitution? A constitution is a set of rules that guides how a country, state, or other political organization works. Every state must have a constitution. Without a constitution, it is difficult to govern a state. The constitution was prepared by the Constituent Assembly. What was Constituent Assembly? The drafting of the constitution was done by an assembly of elected representatives called the Constituent Assembly. The assembly first met on 9th December 1946 and completed its work on 26 November 1949. Dr. Ambedkar took 3 years to write and finally came into force on 26 January 1950. Originally, the Indian Constituent Assembly had 385 members of different political parties, representatives of the minorities and the weaker sections of the society, and legal experts. The drafting committee had 7 members. They are Shri Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, Shri N. Gopalswamy Iyengar, Shri B.R. Ambedkar, Shri K.M. Munshi, Shri Muhammad Sadullah, Shri B.L. Mitter, and Shri D.P. Keithan. What is Republic Day and why it is celebrated? Republic Day has been celebrated every year in India on January 26 since 1950 to honor the date on which the Constitution of India came into effect. India was a colony of the British for over 200 years and became independent from the rule of the British Raj following the Indian independence movement. What is the difference between Independence Day and Republic Day? Independence Day is celebrated on August 15th every year to celebrate India's freedom from British rule. Republic Day is celebrated on January 26th every year as India's constitution came into being on this day, although it was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on November 26, 1949. The Independence Day is celebrated and the flag hoisting takes place at the Red Fort in New Delhi. The Prime Minister addresses the nation from the ramparts of the Red Fort, while the Republic Day is celebrated at the Rajpath in New Delhi. The President hoists the flag at the Rajpath. Constitution Day is also celebrated as National Law Day or Samvidhan Divas in India. It is celebrated on 26 November every year to show respect of the adaptation of the Constitution of India. The Constitution is the supreme document of our country. The Constitution of India is the longest written constitution in the world. It is a set of rules by which the government rules our country. It is a supreme law of the land. It came into effect on 26 January 1950. Our constitution is based on the principles of democracy, socialism, and secularism. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar is known as the father of Indian Constitution. A democratic country needs constitution because in democracy people choose their representatives and the leaders might misuse their powers. Constitution provides safeguard against this. In a democracy, constitution ensures that the dominant group does not use power against less powerful groups. Constitution guarantees fundamental rights to the citizens for their social, economic and political welfare. Dear children, we have come to the end of today's class. We have learned today about the introduction to Indian Constitution, how Nepal got democracy, and the formation of Constituent Assembly of India. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.